Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, before we start, I would like to thank everyone, Mitti and all the participants for taking out your time on a Sunday afternoon. I can understand Sunday. Okay, so in next, an hour session, what we are going to look at, most of you might be aware of the agenda for today's meetup. Okay, but I'll just repeat for the interest of everyone. So we'll first of all look at now you might be seeing Salesforce word Salesforce here as well as a CRM here, world's smartest CRM. So we are going to talk about the CRM today and specifically on Salesforce side. Okay, so we'll talk about what is exactly CRM. Why do we businesses require CRM tool? Then what is Salesforce? Now, when we talk about Salesforce as a company, Salesforce has different products. Like to automate the sales cycle, we have Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. Then we have something called as an Industry Cloud to cater to a wider set of business processes for a specific industry. And then we will look at, what are the different opportunities in this CRM or in the Salesforce ecosystem, for which you can do your careers or you can grow within that ecosystem. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce myself, a very brief introduction. So my name is Pratik Munot. So I'm working from Salesforce ecosystem from last 10 plus years. I'm working as a solution architect. I myself is a 12x certified. I am certified Salesforce application architect and a trailer arranger also. Okay, I worked with different Fortune 500 companies with the different roles as a business analyst, architect, talking to customers and stakeholders in different projects across the industry and different verticals. Okay, so now before we jump to Salesforce, let's talk a little bit about what is CRM. Okay, now when we say CRM, basically every business requires a CRM. Now, why they require a CRM tool? Most of you might have heard of, CRM, ERP, and tools like that. Every business requires one of the other or both of these tools. So when we say CRM, if I have to talk about the full form, it's customer relationship management. So entire this heart of this system is basically a customer. For every business, you need to have customers. Without customers, there's no business, right? I'll just check the chat for a second if anybody has any issues. Okay, all right. Okay. So customer is heart of any business. And what we are doing through CRM is basically everything for the customer. Now, every business, whenever a person logs in into the system, he wants to see the 360-degree view of its customer, what he is doing, what exactly products we are selling, or what are the opportunities that we have for this kind of customer, which products we can sell, what are the news regarding that customer, what's going on within that organization, in the past, what are different products that I have sold, what are the different services that this customer has, subscribed to me, and all these kind of things. So when we say 360-degree view of customer, that is something we manage through customer relationship management. Now, to have the customer, first of all, the cycle starts from your marketing. We'll have to acquire some customers. Every business doesn't start with a set of customers. They start with acquiring customer. That's where you do a lot of campaigning. Now, there can be different forms of this campaigning. You do webinar, you do seminars, you do trade shows, you go to an exhibition, even a person standing out of the petrol bunk where he is filling up the form by taking some details and offering some tickets to you. That is also a form of a campaigning. He's obviously selling some products or services to you. What happens throughout these processes through different mechanism of campaigning? You collect the customer details or the future potential customer details, correct? That is called as a prospect or a lead. Okay, that person or that entity can be interested in buying your products. So that's where the cycle starts. So you do campaigning, you generate the leads or prospect out of you. Now what happens the next? Once you have the list of prospect or list of leads, your marketing team or inside sales team or business development team starts calling them or start sending them the emails regarding the products that you sell or the services that you sell. Okay. Now, not every prospect will give you a positive feedback, right? Some prospect might be interested in subscribing for your services or purchasing your products, but some customer might as well neglect them, right? Not everybody will turn out, whichever prospects we have will turn out as our potential customer. You might do some demos, you might do some one-to-one meetings, you might call them for a targeted kind of product pitches and all of that. What happens, all of these activities helps us to do to find out what exactly they are interested in. You might be handling different product portfolio as a company. or you might be selling a specific service. It can be a combination of anything. And through these experiences, you get to know, okay, this set of customer is really interested. Or let's say from another point of view, if customer respond you and ask, boss, I'll be interested in this kind of products or services, why can't you show me the demo, or why can't you come to our company and showcase us your product portfolio so I can also involve the decision makers. So that would be a next step in your selling process. So that's where, what happens is this lead will actually get converted into account, contact, and opportunity. Okay, now what are the three different entities right now? So CRM system is basically a business system. So all of the terminologies you will hear are all related to the businesses. Okay, now account is basically your company or organization. So account might have details like company name, company details, like number of employees, industry it belongs to, website that it has, what kind of SIC code it has, GST registration number, if you talk about in the India context, and things like that. Now, obviously, when we do business, we don't do directly with a company. We talk to some stakeholders from that company. It might be a people from sales team. It might be people from HR or procurement team or finance team. So those are basically the contacts for that company. So in Salesforce, we maintain them, or in any CRM, we maintain them as account and contact. So one account can have multiple contacts of the people. Now, what is opportunity in this case? So here we are trying to sell them some products or services. So that deal related information is basically the opportunity information. So on my opportunity, I will have that customer's information or that company information. I'll also have information about that person with whom I'm talking to close this deal. Then the most important thing here we will track is the product or the services that you are selling to this customer, or you are trying to sell this to the customer. So those are details compromised as an opportunity. Okay, now what happens next? So you will create opportunity as soon as you find this prospect is interested in our buying our products or subscribing to our services. You'll convert the lead, move the lead to the next step, that is account, contact, and opportunity. Now what happens after that? So that obviously that company or that customer will ask you for, why can't you send us the quote? So you'll start sending them the quote or proposals. That is the next stage in the opportunity life cycle. So you'll send them the quote. So that is something related to an opportunity. Now, here, if you look at the opportunity and quote, an opportunity can have multiple quotes or proposals. I'll give you a simple example. So let's say you are selling some products, you send the first quote. Now that customer might come back and will ask you, instead of 10 products, I'll be interested in buying 15 products if you offer me 5% of discount. Okay. Now, again, you will revise the quote because you'll change the quantity and you might take some approval from your seniors or your management to allow them the 5% discount. Okay, everything is done. You send them the quote. Okay, now again, that customer might come back. Boss, shipping address should be different. You might bill us to a single address, but you'll have to ship these products to different location. Again, you will revise the quote. So that way, quote revision will keep on happening. But remember, always only single quote can be your primary quote, right? An opportunity can have multiple quotes, but at a time, only one single quote can be the primary quote based on which you will synchronize the product prices, the product information between opportunity and your quote. Now, once the quotation is finalized, the customer, sends you the PO, and at that moment in time, you will close that opportunity as closed one. Okay, because you have marked that opportunity as closed one, you have won that deal. Customer has sent you the PO number. Okay, so that is the sales cycle. Now, what can be different variation within this sales cycle? You might lose the opportunity, right? Not every opportunity you will end up winning that. So you might lose the opportunity. So at that point in time, you might, for your documentation purpose or for your reporting purpose, you might want to, capture the details about your competitor or the reasons for losing this opportunity, so that it becomes a feedback loop for the next set of sales. So this was all regarding the sales process. What happens after this? So you will create a contract. Once the opportunities, let's say opportunity is closed one, you have sold some products, you have also sold some services to specific customer. Now you will create a contract between your company and that customer's company, that you have sold this kind of products. Starting date is this is kind of support mechanism. So you'll agree all the terms and condition based on whatever you have mentioned in the proposal, and then you'll create the order which will flow into ERP, and then the fulfillment process usually happens in the ERP system. Okay, so that is the sales cycle. But now when we talk about customer relationship management or managing a customer, it doesn't only restrict ourselves to the sales. The most important thing nowadays, you see, I mean, let's take an example of Amazon. Not every good that we purchase or we buy from Amazon is at par in the quality. Sometimes Amazon might ship something which is, broken or something like that, but we still love Amazon because their customer service is too good. As soon as you raise the complaint, they'll make sure that the complaint gets resolved within specific or stipulated period of time. What happens is, if you provide them an awesome customer experience, though your services or products might be a little bit even if they you don't ship them properly or they have some issues, still people will come back because they know, even if the product is have some issues, I believe in this company that they will replace me or they will generate the refund immediately because their customer service is too good. Okay. Now, this component, and nowadays, if you look at entire, I mean, we love companies where they provide an awesome customer experience. Even if I face any issues, if I find some issues during installation or using that product, as soon as I call them or I send them an email or I go to their website and start chatting with them, they'll provide me the support. That is something everybody loves nowadays. Now the market is service oriented, so that also becomes part of my CRM. So now I have done the selling part. Now the most important or critical part is handling after sales, the service. So customer might face some issues, he will log them into the CRM. So you will have to provide different channels because nowadays support is no more through IVR options. Everybody of us hate that IVR options, right? Press 1 for English, press 2 for Hindi, then they'll ask you choose one of the menu, then another set of menu. Nobody has that much of time to spend on the phone to choose between those options. And at the end of the day, they'll connect us with a customer agent. Then that customer agent will again start asking us so many details. This is quite frustrating kind of customer experience. The customer experience which we all love is that as soon as I call or send them the details, he should have all my records within his system, that he know that Pratik has called based on my phone number. He knows that as soon as I call, my record should be popped up into the system. He will see what products or what services Pratik has purchased, and then he will immediately ask me, sir, yes, I can see your records in the system. I have seen you have purchased recently this product. How can I help you with this product? That is the kind of customer service we are expecting in nowadays. Okay. So to manage that kind of experience, we require a CRM tool, because this cannot happen if you have all the things which you are tracking manually. Correct. So Salesforce or any CRM system for that matter should support the customer service part as well. So the support should be omni-channel, whether it's email to case or whether it's a chat or whether it's a bot. Nowadays, you might have observed there are AI bots. What it does, how they are different from the live chat. So there are two types of chat: live chat and bot chat. Live chat meaning whenever you enter the details like first name, mobile number, they will ask and they will connect you directly to the agent who will actually talk with you. Or like let's take an example of Amazon. Whenever you click on chat, it will give you first option, which option you want to choose, or is it your last order, is it issue with your last order. So if you say yes, it will show you all the, I mean, recent orders. Then you click on that, it will ask you whether issue with refund, issue with item itself. So that's where your bot is talking to you. So till that point, no agent is involved. So this kind of initial conversation where we know a specific set of question and specific set of response, we can automate it using AI. It can also understand the natural language processing. Okay. So that is all about your customer support. Now, why customer support is very important when it comes to CRM? Because if I provide good support to my customer, not only that customer will stay and it will become loyal to me, but it will also become reference for many other customers. So that's why this customer support piece of the CRM is also very important. So now if you see, we started with marketing, we acquired some prospect leads, we nurture them throughout our sales life cycle, we sold them some products, and now we are servicing them as well. Okay. So that is entire CRM basically, in a nutshell. So that's how the CRM works. Okay. Now in this session, so we just looked at the basic CRM, how it works and all of that. Now we will focus on the specific technology in this arena, like Salesforce. It's number one CRM, and it has like 42% of the share in the market in terms of CRM. Okay. Now this slide, if you see now, what right now we are under fourth industrial revolution. We started with steam. The first industrial revolution started with steam, where we have trains running on the steam. Then we invented electricity. Then the third industrial revolution was all around computing. And now the revolution is around intelligence, AI, the augmented reality. Then we have, natural language processing. We have IoT. This is the fourth industrial revolution. And we need apps to match that kind of thing so we can scale our business. Okay. So let's look at, what exactly Salesforce does, what are the different portfolio it has, what exactly Salesforce is at all. Okay. So I'll just talk about it now. Now, this is the famous wheel of Salesforce. It also tells you what are the different products that it has. So let's first talk about the Salesforce in little bit. Okay. Now, Salesforce, when we say it's a Salesforce.com is the company name, and Salesforce automation is a generic term for any sales process automation. Whether it's a sales process or whether it's a service process, when you automate that using any software, that is called as a Salesforce automation. And Salesforce.com is a company name. Okay, so Salesforce offers different set of tools to automate your different set of processes. So it starts from marketing. It also has a commerce piece. Okay, so Salesforce has a products around B2B commerce as well as B2C commerce. It has service piece of component. Okay, where you can support your different set of customers via omni channels, whether it's email, chat, communities, Einstein chatbot, or live chat. Any channel you take, Salesforce supports all of that. Even the WhatsApp integration it supports. Then it has communities. So communities are basically for your customers, for your partner, and for your internal employees. So customer communities basically helps you, to deflect the cases. So your customer can go to just, so let's say I am a geo company. I can create a community called support@support.geo.com or community.geo.com. So whatever issues customer has, they can just post on the community. Community users can answer them, or geo representatives can also answer them. Partner community is basically for the partners who are my resellers. Wherever I don't have my direct footprints, I can have my resellers or my partners who are doing sale for me. And employee communities are basically for my internal. So a lot of you might be aware of SharePoint. It's an intranet kind of thing. So within the company, we have certain company policies, we have leave portal, we have HR documents. So we can automate all of that through our employee communities. Then we have Sales Cloud, which is core of everything. Then we have collaboration meaning whether it's a social media kind of tools or email, and all of this kind of, even the Slack, most of you might be aware of Slack tool. Salesforce recently acquired Slack, so it is part of their collaboration tool space. And now we will, once we finish Sales and Service Cloud, we are going to touch base upon the industry, because now Salesforce is coming up with this industry solution. So you name the industry, they have the ready-made solution for it. Okay, so that is all about the Salesforce different product portfolio. And Salesforce, it used to be, if you ask me before 5 years, it used to be a CRM company, but now it's a CRM company. Okay, they call themselves as an industry cloud, because they have cloud solution for each and every industry. Okay. Now let's focus upon, we'll start with the Sales Cloud. What exactly Sales Cloud? Because Sales Cloud and Service Cloud are #1 selling product for Salesforce. So we'll just focus on that, because that is something, a lot of organization automate using Salesforce. And for that is the specific reason why every organization require a customer relationship management tool. Okay, so we'll just focus on for some time on Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. Then we'll go for the Industry Cloud. Now, whenever we say a sales guy, a typical sales guy, we know these are cheesy people who chase us for selling their products or services. They'll follow up with us, they'll call us multiple times, they'll ask for a meeting. That is the image that we have about sales. But now in this arena, now you just take a situation of this pandemic, right? From March, we are all locked down. Okay, now the things are opening up, but everything is moving digitally. Right now also, we are doing a Zoom webinar. We are not meeting in person. Still things are flowing smoothly, businesses are running quite well. Now in this situation, if you have to talk about sales, the only mechanism he's going to talk with you either video call or a phone call, right? Or via email. Okay, so those are the mechanisms. He's not going to chase you in person. So to act him, if you want that intelligent sales to happen, okay, within few calls or within few emails, you want to close the deal, your sales guy needs to be a product expert. Okay, whenever he's talking about some services and you ask him some technical details of it, you're not expecting him to say that, okay, boss, I'll come back. I'll involve my technical team. I'll involve my architects and those guys. Nowadays, we expect sales guy to be a product expert. Now, when we say connected, he should be connected, whether it's a phone, whether it's laptop, whether it's tab, he should be connected across the devices. That is the reason he can become more responsive. So even if you are calling him, he knows exactly who is calling, for what purpose he is calling, because his all the systems are connected. That connected kind of experience is very important in this kind of world, because now most of us are working from home. If you have a connected experience, I mean, you will find that, in last 9-10 months, IT has performed really well, because there was a lot of demand from companies to go on cloud. Because now if you see in the market, everybody is trying to work from anywhere. Salesforce also recently launched a product called work from anywhere, or anywhere cloud. So they want you to, whether you are in your native place, whether you are on the go, or whether you are sitting in Goa on a beach, you should be able to manage your stuff really well, because you are connected, whether it's a phone, your smartwatch, or your computer. Okay. They also want you to be a trusted advisor. Now sales, when we I mean, if you are a sales guy, you're talking to your customer expect you to be a trusted advisor. He should not, so as a sales guy, we should not push for our products. I should understand what exactly the issue with my customer, what business challenge they are facing, and how I can help them to solve that challenge. It may be with the help of my products, or my product plus integrated with some third party tools, right? And if they have connected experience, they are responsive, obviously they will be productive, so your sales team will be more efficient. So within few sales guys, you can manage your entire sales. Okay, these are the few stats that we have from IDC. Okay, so if your sales team, there's an opportunity for sales organization, and if that your sales organization is empowered by AI, artificial intelligence, whether it's NLP, whether it's sentiment analysis, and whether it's product insights or recommendations, these are the stats. You will find that there's a 80% positive impact on customer retention. Because I mean, see, as a person, I can follow up with a lot of items, but there are certain limitations when it comes to human interface. But what if I have an AI component which is continuously helping me out, who is sending me recommendation, who is sharing me insights? So let's say I'm selling specific products to my organization, and AI component send me a news that that company is gonna get acquired by a bigger company. Okay, if I have that news, I can reach out to my customer with a lot of background, right? And I can also change my product portfolio. I can also change my position in terms of selling them. It might be possible the parent company which gonna acquire them is already my customer, so I can talk from a different point of view. But these things I can only do if I have that intelligence or timely wise, the information about that customer. Okay. Also, let's say if my customer's contract is about to expire, and if my AI component sends me recommendation saying that, this customer is contract is going to expire in 8 days, why don't you call them? Or it automatically sets up your meeting, okay, with the subject that contract renewal, something like that. Okay, imagine how much impact it could create. As a person, you can only remember few stuff, you can't remember each and everything. But if you have AI, it is as good as your personal assistant that is helping you out. So AI is making a lot of changes in the way that we are selling or we are serving the customers. Now let's talk about Sales Cloud. Now the journey which we saw, and I'll also, if time permits, basically I'll show you the exact how it looks like in the live system also. That is something also I will show you. Okay, these are the few screenshots that I have taken randomly from the system. Okay, now let's say Sales Cloud. Salesforce Sales Cloud is a number one selling a Sales Cloud in the market. Okay, what it does, it automates the entire life cycle from your campaigning till the opportunity closure and creation of order. Okay, so when we say automating this cycle, so campaign, you can add multiple campaign members, you can run the campaigns, you can calculate the ROI. ROI is the most important thing for a marketing guys, return on investment, how much they spent on the marketing activities, and in return, how much opportunities have been generated because of those campaigns, how much contacts or how much accounts they have generated because of those campaigns. So you start from that, then Salesforce has a lead conversion process where it converts lead into account, contact, opportunity. Then you can manage accounts, contacts, opportunities, different types of codes. You can generate the code documents out of Salesforce, and you can create orders. So this entire automation is possible out of Sales Cloud. Within the sales cloud also, so if I have to go one step further, so Salesforce has a different set of products for its these different kinds of automation. So it has Pardot for its marketing cloud automation, it has Sales Cloud, it has CPQ is configure price quote. This is for advanced kind of quoting. So I want to give specific discount to specific customer, or I want to provide discount based on the number of product that you purchase. So if you purchase 1,000 products, I'll give you 5% discount. If you purchase 10,000 product, I'll give you 15% discount. Or it might be slab of discount. So first 100 products, 5% discount, 100 to 500, 10%, 500 to 1,000, 15%, likewise. So this all different advanced kind of quotation. Salesforce has a tool called CPQ. Then they have a PRM, partner relationship management tool, where your resellers can have visibility, they can log the deals, they can enter the contacts and leads information, because they are also helping you to improve or grow your sales. They are the partners. And Einstein is basically the AI component of the Salesforce platform, the artificial intelligence. Einstein's will, as I just a few minutes back I mentioned, what if somebody is there who is helping you out with the recommendation, the news, the insights about your customer, and the data points, it will make our life so easy, and it will also help us to become more efficient and close more deals. So that is something Einstein does. It's a AI component for Salesforce. Okay. So there are the different details. So I'll quickly show you logging to, rather than things to PPT. These are all talking about Sales Cloud. Let me quickly show you how it looks like in practical. Okay. So Meg, can you just confirm me that you can see my Salesforce screen, the dashboard? Okay, I hope you are seeing that screen. Okay. Stop sharing and start one more time. All right, so this is the Salesforce UI. Okay, so as soon as, let's say I'm a sales manager, I start my day. As soon as I log in, I need to see, how I'm doing on my business. Okay, what is a closed business? How is my pipeline looking like? Okay, what is my forecast for upcoming months? What are the different activities that my sales team is doing? How many calls they did? How many emails they sent? How many preparation meetings they have taken? What are the different number of leads that I have? I can also see the details of the lead. How my team is doing, what are their close numbers, so I can see my team leaderboard also. What are my top accounts based on the revenue that I have? So this is the dashboard I can see. If I want to go, I want to see the details of it, I can simply click on here. So let's say I'll take a look at my pipeline. Okay, I clicked on it, and Salesforce will show me the pipeline report. Okay, so here you can see all of your opportunities which were grouped by stages, because these are the stages of the sales life cycle. Okay, you see opportunities, you see all the details on which account that opportunity has been created, the type of it, whether it's a service, new business, the close date of opportunity, who is the owner, and amount of that opportunity. So this way you can slice and dice the report. You can also slice and let's say you just want to see the opportunities in the qualification stage, you can simply click on it, and Salesforce will render all the opportunities which are in the qualification stage. So that way you can get a 360-degree view within the first dashboard itself. Okay, so now here you can only see the qualification because we slice and dice the data based on the opportunities. Now let me show you one of the account record, how you can get the 360-degree view of your customer. So let's say Advanced Communication Corporation is one of my customer. I have done business with them in the past. I'm also looking for new opportunities with them in the future. Okay, so you'll see all the account details over here. What is the account name, the type of account, whether it's enterprise, small or medium businesses, the industry it belongs to, how many employees they have, what the partnership type I have with them, who is the account owner, because every record should be have a ownership, right? What the website of them, what is the parent, if you have a parent and subsidiary kind of structure, that also you can manage through Salesforce, and you'll find the address and all the details. Okay, and one more important thing, this page is completely customizable. So let's say for your kind of business you want to have different data points to be captured, we can always create that. That's not a problem. This is completely customizable. Okay, now on the right hand side, if you see, you will see all the activities that has happened in the past with this customer. So how many calls I have done? I called this customer on this date. You can see a timeline manner fashion. Okay, here we had one-to-one meeting in the past. If you click on that, you can find all the details that has been logged by that specific customer. Okay, so that way you see what are different activities that has happened over the period of time on this account. Now let's say what are the different people that we are dealing for this customer. So I have different contacts. Okay, Mark is CEO of this company. Steve, I'm talking for CIO. Miller is basically director of purchasing. So I'm talking to different people for different kind of sales, right? And you can capture all those people's details. I'll quickly show you one of the contact record, how it looks like. So here basically you will capture all the person specific details. Okay, so and you can add as many data points as you want. Okay, now let's talk about the sales that we have done with this customer. So I can see the different past as well as ongoing opportunities. Some of the opportunity might be closed one that I have closed. Okay, so let's open, I'll open one of the opportunity to showcase you how it looks like in the Salesforce. So here you'll find out the different sales stages of that opportunity. So when I started working on it, I was just qualifying that customer, whether this customer is qualified to, procure my products. Then I started discovery. I started, having demonstration sessions, discovery calls with the customer. Then I sent proposal and quote. Then obviously negotiation happens. And the end of the day, I will either close it or either I will mark it as a closed one or closed lost. I might lose it with my competitor also. Okay, so these are the different stages, and you will see the guidance will change. This is the guidance basically for the sales representative that he should follow the certain specific stages if he's moving the stages of the opportunity. Okay. Now again, opportunity specific fields you will find here. What is the opportunity name? What is the amount? What is the expected close date? Account details, the probability, the forecast category, all those details you'll find here, and you can add as many details as you want. You'll also find the different quotation that I have sent, the call I have scheduled with this customer with the timeline. Okay. Now let's look at, let's say, how we can add the products, because we are either going to sell the products or services. So we can also add products and services in the Salesforce. You can create catalog, price catalog. Basically, whenever you add products, it should be associated with the price. Now, what if I have different selling models? Maybe for corporate customer, I have a different list price. For direct customers, I have a different list price. So what you can do, you can create multiple price books. Okay, so whenever you're choosing the price book, Salesforce gives you an option which price books you are referring to. Price book is basically product along with its price. Let's add a few products on this opportunity. Okay, so I'll add, let's say, battery high capacity connector cables. If you see, they have a list prices over here, product code, product description, product family, and you can add as many fields as you want based on the business requirements. Okay, I've added products. Now let me choose a quantity. So let's say I want 10 batteries and 10 cable connectors. Okay, this is the sales price that it is defaulted from the price book. But let's say you want to sell it to a different pricing, you can change the price here also, or later on you can add the discount also on this product. Okay, total price, Salesforce will automatically calculate quantity times sales price. I'll just save it. Let's see how we can add discounts difference. So let's take connector cable. We added certain quantities, you can apply the discount also. So let's say if I apply 10% discount, as soon as I save, you will see the price is getting changed. See, the price has changed for this product. Okay, so likewise, you can do that. You can add the different product related stuff also in the Salesforce. Okay, let me go back to the opportunity, and this amount which you see will be the roll up of all the product, the total value of all the products that you have added. So this you don't have to manage. It will be Salesforce will automatically pick up it from the products that you have added. You can also manage the quotes. Okay, so let me show you one of the quote example. So this is the quote, the detail of the quote. What is the quote? What is the expiration date? Because if you have observed, a quote has an expiration date, that this quote is valid or this proposal is valid only if you sign up the contract for within next 7 days or next 30 days, something like that. Okay, so you'll find all the details, the product related information here. You can also generate the PDF out of it, and which can email it to your customer directly from the Salesforce. You don't have to, download it and go to your email exchange and apply it. You can immediately see all the products that we have with the terms and condition product discounts. You can directly send it to the, you can either save it or save and email to customer. Okay, it will directly, if you see on the right hand side, it will open the my email chain and I can send it to a specific customer. So it will show me the contacts. I don't even have to type in the email ID. These are the contacts for this account. So it showed me which person you are sending this email. Okay. So these all things you can automate. Now just imagine if you are a scaling business, you are a growing company, you will want this kind of automation. Correct. But for a smaller organization, you can still manage things out of your Excel, out of your email client and all of that. But as you start growing, things become more complex. There are a lot of, let's say, approval processes, discount approvals and all of that. You will definitely require a system to that. Salesforce also has approval processes and automation and all those rich set of process automation tools. Okay. Now let's move to the Service Cloud because we are already short on time. So I'll quickly go to the Service Cloud. Okay, let me share the PPT. All right. Now, the we have Google Play Store or Apple App Store, Salesforce also has something called as App Exchange. So, I mean, let's say you subscribe for Salesforce licenses, and there's some functionality on top of it. Let's say you want to send survey after case is closed or after opportunity is closed. You want to send survey to your customers, asking them for a feedback. Now, survey is not something. Let's say assume that survey is not something out of the box available with Sales. You don't want to, automate it entirely, or you don't want to spend time on automating that or creating some surveys and all of that. You don't have that time. Okay, or you don't have the right resources to do that. So like we install apps from Google Play Store or Apple App Store, Salesforce also has an App Exchange store where you can where you'll find more than 3,000 apps developed by different partners. You can simply install them and start using them, and those are verified for all the security related stuff by Salesforce itself. So those are like trust, you can trust them. Okay. Sales from anywhere, as I mentioned, because Salesforce is 100% compatible on the mobile devices. Whatever you just saw on my desktop or on my laptop, same thing you will see on our mobile devices also. So it is 100% mobile compatible. Okay, so your users or your sales reps, they can't give you excuse that I'm always on the go, I don't have time to enter the records or update the records. They can simply do it from their mobile devices or from their tabs. Okay, whatever you see on your desktop or laptop, same things you see on your mobile app also. So Salesforce has Salesforce on mobile app. Okay, that's where it enables you to work from anywhere. Okay. These are some stats, that gives you an edge once you start using Salesforce Sales Clouds. Okay. Now, let's talk about service. So that is all about sales. As we have limited time, so I'll quickly jump on the Service Cloud. Now, Service Cloud, when we say services, my customer should be able to reach out to me via different channel, whether it's an email to case. He can simply write, let's say I am a XYZ company. I create an email ID saying that, so if you have any issues, you simply write support@xyz.com and it will create a case inside Salesforce. Or you go to my website, there's a link for logging a complaint or raising a case. You simply fill that form and we will directly capture that as a case in the Salesforce. That is called as a web to case. Then we also have chat options. Within chat option, as I mentioned, you have a live chat. You also have a bot chat. So where you can automate few steps before connecting to an agent via bot. So you don't have to have a lot of agents involved in the chat process. Some things your bot can automate using AI component. Okay, you can also have cases coming up from CTI or call computer telephony integration. So as soon as you call, okay, I have your database in the system, your number will, based on your number, your contact will pop up, so I have all the details. So my support agent won't waste time in asking you the details. What is your name, where do you stay, which products you have purchased. That is something, based on your number, my system will pop up everything, so my customer agent will directly jump into solving your query or issue. That is something, that kind of customer experience everybody is expecting. So Salesforce has all those capabilities to do that. Now, In cases also, so if you talk about from a fourth industrial revolution point of view or from an AI point of view, Salesforce has an Einstein which is playing role that as soon as case gets logged on the right hand side, it will start showing the knowledge articles which are matching to that case. Imagine if every agent will start working on the case, he'll have to spend a lot of time, and to get the case resolved, it will also take more time. So what if you are creating knowledge base for the repetitive kind of issues? If you start creating knowledge articles, as soon as case gets logged, you'll attach the knowledge article and you can send it to the customer. So he can perform the steps mentioned in the knowledge article and that issue can get resolved. So Einstein can also provide the recommendation on the knowledge articles. He can also provide you the details like, this case has been logged from last 2 days, but nobody has responded. So that way you won't miss on your customer CSAT ratio, because CSAT is very important. Whenever you resolve the case within the stipulated period of time, there are high chances that you will get high CSAT and customer will become loyal and he might become a reference for other customers and things like that. Okay. Again, Salesforce is number one in the service platform side also. Okay, so it supports you via self-service communities where you can create a portal where people can log in, they can raise questions, community users can answer them. You can also show them knowledge articles and things like that. It has AI mechanism. It has field service also. Field service is important for companies who do, who basically are into the business of AMC, annual maintenance contract. So they can go to the on-site, they can take a pictures. AI component can play a role, based on your picture, it can identify which number of, what exact products it is and all of that. So that is entire life cycle you can automate. Okay. These are the something called, if you see, these are like self-service portals or communities where, you can automate few things like, let's say you're a mortgage company or any bank and you want to automate the loan process at certain point in time, okay, at a certain processes. So what you can do, you can ask customer to upload his last 3 ITRs, enter the income, and based on that, you might have written certain steps in the backend. It will show you how much loan he will be eligible for, and things like that. So those things without any interference of any human, okay, you can automate using Salesforce Community Cloud. That is also part of Salesforce communities or communities cloud, Salesforce. Okay. That's pretty much because I want to spend some time on the career advice and the industry cloud. Now, this was all about sales and service cloud, which has very specific Salesforce products where you can automate your sales and services processes out of the box without spending a lot of money. Okay. Now, since 2018, Salesforce has also started with industry cloud. What industry cloud means? Let's say I am an Avenue Supermart or a Big Bazaar or maybe Reliance Retail. Okay, I want to bring my all retail operations on the Salesforce platform. But if I go to Salesforce and I ask them, I'll have to go for Sales Cloud separately because I want to manage my sales cycle. Also, I want to manage my customer support. So I'll have to purchase or I have to subscribe for Sales Cloud as well as Service Cloud. What Salesforce has done, so if you are a retail industry or if you are a FMCG industry, we have a ready-made solution for you. Certain processes are common across the industry. So this kind of processes Salesforce has automated using its platform. Okay. So from the day one, you can start using the platform. Okay, so that is something Salesforce has automated as a part of its industry cloud. So they have manufacturing cloud, they have a financial services cloud, they have health cloud. Health cloud is typically for all the electronic health records, your prescription, the drugs that you are taking, all the medicals and doctors all have a connected experience using that health cloud. Financial cloud is basically for investment banking, insurance kind of companies. Then you have commerce cloud, basically for B2B sales or B2C sales, like your e-commerce kind of thing. You can automate that using commerce cloud. Then Salesforce also has a Slack for collaboration. Recently, they acquired Slack. Okay, so collaboration tool is also available. Then they also have non-profit cloud, so non-profits can get for fund management, for volunteering, for program management, they can use Salesforce. Okay, so there are so many products that Salesforce has, but I taking into the consideration the time limit that we have, we discuss sales and service cloud. Now, let's move to the next topic. What are the different career paths that you get in Salesforce? And then after that, I'll also look for the questions that you have. Okay. Now, if we talk about career paths, so we do a lot of trainings on the college students, starting from the college students. Okay, so you can start your career on Salesforce. There are clear cut paths in the Salesforce. So let's say coding is not something your cup of tea, you don't want to go for coding, so you have a path of Salesforce administration. You can also go for Salesforce consultant path. So Salesforce has a specific options in the Sales Cloud. You can become either Sales Cloud consultant, Service Cloud consultant, Marketing Cloud consultant, Pardot consultant, and things like that. On the admin side, you can become admin, you can go for advanced admin, and then if business is something which interests you, you can opt for a consultant path. Let's say you are something who is a hardcore coding, who likes coding, who wants to do a lot of customization. Salesforce also has a platform as a service. It's a PaaS application, right? So you can go for a developer path, you can go for advanced development, you can also go for architect, solution architect, application architect, or a technical architect kind of role. Okay, so these are the different arenas that are open in the Salesforce ecosystem that you have. Then you can also create apps. So as I mentioned, like Google App Store, Google Play Store, or Apple App Store, Salesforce has App Exchange App Store. So you can host your apps on the App Exchange. You can make it paid or you can make it free. So that is also another option that you have. You can create apps which are frequently required by the businesses. You can create those apps and you can host it. Okay. So those are the different options that we have. Now, I would love to open the platform for your questions. So, in the last 10 minutes, I might be pretty fast just to make sure we cover the ground, in the limited period of time. So I would love to answer your questions or any queries that you have. Okay, so I'll just keep some time for that. If you have any question, guys, you can type in the chat window, okay? Okay, what's the career scope for solution strategies in future? Yes, this is actually a strategic role, okay, because every organization requires a solution strategist. I mean, you have in the market, if you just go for CRM, there are so many options that are available, but you obviously have to work within your constraints. You might have constraint on timeline, you might have constraint on the budget, or you might have constraint on different resources. So work on it. Now, solution strategist is basically who understand business as well as the technical solution, and he is the one who will fill in the gap of both the worlds. So he understands business, he knows how we can automate all the business processes or current pain points that we are facing in this kind of business, how we can automate that using a Salesforce or any CRM for that matter. So it has a wider scope actually. I mean, every project will require a solution strategist, who will kind of play a kind of role, you can say, like a business analyst or a solution architecture, a mix of both. Okay, he should have a good understanding of business as well as the technology, so he can find, he can bridge the gap between both the worlds. Okay, what is the minimum and maximum salary that can be expected out of this role in India or internationally? Obviously, I mean, salaries will vary majorly, if you compare between India and internationally. But it depends what kind of, how many years of experience you have in this role, uh, the kind of certification that you have, the kind of experience that you have. Those are the different, options based on which salary can be defined, and it varies again from companies to company, from customer to customer. I mean, or industry to industry, it will vary a lot. So there is no specific figure which I can mention. But yes, definitely in terms of scope, there's a huge scope for this kind of role. Any other question, guys, that you have? Okay. All right. I have few. Let me check. Also, if you have less corporate experience but other experience in the same, is it counted? As long as you have a domain expertise, okay, it will be counted. So whether it's a corporate or not, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a domain expertise, it will count as experience. Okay. Do you think building an in-house CRM is more economical than going for the third-party ones from a long-term perspective? and how do you calculate ROI for these CRM and systems? Okay. A lot of companies, when they, Salesforce license cost, Salesforce is quite expensive, or for that matter, any software you go for, whether it's Microsoft Dynamics, whether it's Zoho, whether it's Odoo, there are a lot of options in the market. This comes at a cost. Everything has a cost associated with. So a lot of people, as an architect, I participate in the pre-sales calls. Okay. And this question is getting asked so many times. Why can't we build in-house CRM? Right? Why should we pay? Because it's a subscription. I'll have to pay year on year for the time I am using Salesforce licenses. But just imagine, guys, Salesforce has built this solution. They have not just built with the help of developers. They have also built this solution using the industry expertise, right? If you have to have that kind of expertise, you'll have to hire so many resources. Okay. Now think of businesses is always changing, right? Accordingly, you should make changes in your system also. In case of Salesforce being a cloud application, it is always upgraded. Okay, and you are always on the latest edition. You don't have to do anything separately. Salesforce does 3 releases per year. Okay, it's a spring, summer, and winter, and you are always on latest edition. So a lot of new features will get added. Now just imagine if you have an in-house CRM. Okay, if you have to add any specific function, you'll have to add that by yourself. Okay, now this is one aspect of it. But let's say your business processes are very, very simple. Okay, you don't have to have any fancy tool for that. In that case, you can go for in-house tool. Let's say I know I'm just going to follow A, B, C. I don't have a very complicated process. Or maybe you are a small organization, you're just starting off. You want to start with smaller application. Okay, you can go for in-house CRM. There's no problem. But as soon as you think that you want to scale, you want to grow, you want to automate a lot of processes, it's always better to go for established companies, because they have thought of while designing their products or while creating these products, they have thought of a lot of industry best practices, industry recommendations, and the processes that are generally followed across that industry. Okay. How do you calculate ROI on this CRM system? So if you might have seen some slides, I will show you that there are some figures out of there, and these figures are calculated by a magazine called IDC. So this is not something I have put up. Okay. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, so how win rate has changed: 26% increase, 32% increase in lead conversion, forecast accurately, 38% increased when they start using Sales Cloud. And overall, the productivity got boosted by 38%. So these are all, and they have asked this questionnaire to customers who are using Salesforce. Okay, so basis on that, they have calculated. So these numbers are basically the ROI. And same you can apply for your businesses. You can see, before using CRM and after using CRM, how things have changed, how my revenue has increased, how my sales efficiency has increased. Those are basically ROI for your specific implementation. Okay. Mehek, do we have any questions from our YouTube channel? Because I can see I almost answered all from the Zoom ones.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Anybody else has any other question? So you can always start. Okay, some person has a question on, how do you start with your career or solution? You can start learning the Salesforce. Okay. Then you can simply go on exploring what are the different options. Once you are good at technically, and you are also good on the business side, that is something, you will get a chance to work on the solution strategist, where both the things, the business well, the technology well, and you can bridge the gap between both of them. So that's the time, when you can move to the solution strategist. You cannot directly start as a solution strategist. You'll have to start small and then start building up. Okay, I get a lot of, I do a lot of trainings on the Salesforce. So I get people who are from across domain. I get people who are working from Java. They just simply want to change because Salesforce is a hotcake in the market. The way SAP was in 2000, similar thing is happening with Salesforce. So I do a lot of trainings and train a lot of people. So that way, they have different roles. Start small and then start building on top of that. Yeah, that's pretty much, I think, guys. Anything else? Okay, how I start basics of the Salesforce from can you suggest some courses? Okay, I also do trainings, or you can also Google it. Salesforce also has a trailhead model where you can learn the things. So there are different channels you can go for. Okay. All right, guys. I'll just wait for a minute for see if there are any more questions. Yes, Salesforce gives you a 30-day free trial. Okay, so you can simply Google it. You get a free 30 days trial where you can try your hands on. So yes, they do provide 30 days free trial version for you to learn. I'll simply type my WhatsApp number. So if you have any queries regarding training or you want to build your career on that, I can help you out on that. Okay. So I'm just typing my WhatsApp number so you can directly message me on that. All right, guys, I think we are right on time and I don't see anything more than 30 days, you'll have to talk with them. They basically give right now only 30 days free trial. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Meg, anything else that you have?
No, sir. I think it's done.
Yeah. All right, guys, I would like to again thank you for taking the time out, and thanks Mitti for hosting me. Okay, it was a wonderful session. I hope all of you have got some value out of it, and I would have helped you to solve or resolve some questions that you had in your mind regarding Salesforce or any CRM. Thank you, guys. Thank you.